Welcome back to the Boxed In podcast. I'm delighted to be joined here by Dalton Smith. Dalton, before we get onto yourself and kind of what's next, it's a massive stadium show here in Doncaster. Just what are your kind of thoughts on it?
Yeah, I think it's great. GBM have, they've not messed about from the start. I was there from the first show, and obviously it's what it is now. And it's very rare you get the small old promoters who started off building it up to what it is now. So, credit to GBM and what they're doing. Putting big fights on for the local guys. That's what it's all about. So, credit. They've done well, and it's been a great card so far.
Being here at this event, is there maybe any chance in the future we go Hillsborough?
100%. I walked in here, I just thought, you know what? Imagine walking out this to a packed out Hillsborough Stadium, on a summer's night. That's the goal, and that's what I'm working towards.
So obviously, I was at your last fight. You got, a very good win there. Alberto Puello and Matias do fight for that WBC title, which you are mandatory for. I know obviously you're going to say you'll fight any of them, you'll fight anyone, but is there either fighter that you genuinely would rather be in there against?
Look, when you're at the world level, you've got to be able to fight whoever. You've got to be able to adapt, and so yeah, that is going to be my answer. Whoever wins that fight, that's who I'm. I've got my eyes on next. I do think Alberto Puello will win that fight. I just think he'll make it messy, tricky, and steal it around. So, yeah, I think he'll probably come out victorious. But whoever it is, that's who I'll be fighting next.
Do you prepare differently for whoever obviously wins that fight, or is it kind of your preparation is the same? It's just then obviously you slightly adapt that game plan.
Yeah, I mean, the preparation pretty much is always the same. Routine. The amount of sparring we get, we just obviously change it to the styles, tactics, shots, approach to a fight. That's when it changes. But sometimes you just can't overcomplicate things. Keep them out. I've got to the position I'm at now for doing what I'm doing. So, keep doing what you're doing. Just add more to your game, invest more into yourself, and just try and have the best camp possible.
At one point, I think you were linked with a fight with Jack Catterall. He's now fighting Harlem Eubank. How do you kind of see that fight playing out, and what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I think it's a great fight. Obviously, if I'm looking at Jack, you always thought he might have moved to 147. Maybe it's just for this fight, but I think it's a great fight. Me picking, I think Jack Catterall, I think he'll win that fight. I wouldn't be surprised if he got inside the distance as well. I just think the level he's been at, the performances, and also obviously sparring Jack as well. Like I said, I think it's a competitive fight, but I think Jack's just got that little bit too much.
So finally, just speaking about Steel City, obviously Edward Hardy tonight has got the win, and then it's just been announced that Thomas Essomba will be fighting Rhys Edwards in Barnsley. How good is it that the gym is still putting on great fights?
Yeah, it's massive, and it's just good that we can keep that going. Obviously producing good champions. Obviously we've got my dad and Piers Gudgeon there, the trainers. And like you say, it's just good that we're producing the next one's coming through. Obviously great performance from Ed tonight, and I believe he's going to go on to have a very good career. So Jim's buzzing, and we'll keep it continuing.
I know I said finally, but a little just sentence to finish. By the end of 2025, Dalton Smith will be
a world champion, no doubt.
Dalton Smith, thanks very much for your time.